Yes, he's in the
He
meeting
is. He's currently in a meeting, I believe.
He's in
at
orientation for LSU.
1
Bruh.
Central Time, by the way.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Bruh.
he got. I think from what I understand, he got mixed up with the time, so it got like messed up and all that fun stuff. But you know, things are okay.
No, I
Bruh.
don't know. Why
How
does he
long
know
is he
his?
gonna? Is he gonna not be
And
existing today?
yeah,
No, I think he said he'd just be late.
Yeah.
no.
Hopefully.
Well,
Wait,
doesn't
how
orientation
long
like
is?
take like 5 years or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
It
orientation
takes
is
like
not like.
it's not just a Q&A. It's pretty serious.
Yeah, that's like legit.
Oh wait, are we turning on our cameras? Yes.
We'll burn the bridge when we get to it.
Is that plugged in? Oh wait, right. This college board.
Bro, I'll burn your bridge.
Nicky, you already did with me. What?
That is true. Anyways, it's time. When last we left our intrepid heroes,
Ethiopia.
uh,
Oh.
you had met Natalia and Fyodor, the heads of the crime syndicate that has motherfucker.
Oh. Oh.
Welcome back. It's
Something happened.
Ray and Juan. Are you? Are we good?
Oh.
No. Okay.
Could I?
This is gonna be a. Yeah. Good. Greetings. Hello.
Is it a good sign? Is it a good sign?
Is it? I'd argue that Juan's existence is never a good.
I had a good reason for being late. Cool. Yep, I had a good reason for going to Australia. Yes. That's why I was in Australia. But yeah. Yes, it was the library because I'm too cheap to buy books. Doesn't Nikki's camera like die or something? Yay, we get the duck. This duck was here. I... No, she does. She already knows. I'd like to perhaps pay a visit to the syndicate place on my own later. I'm not sure. I'm debating. I feel like it would be... I just want to figure out how much he knows about us. Because it feels weird. Yeah. It feels kind of... Yeah, but like beforehand. I'm not sure. There are a few things I want to try out, but you know. We'll burn the bridge when we get to it. Yeah? Whatever it is, it is probably in our best interest that we relocate. We can't have them follow us. We need to make it difficult for them to follow us. I know, but like, I know. I'm worried about the fact that they've been tracking us for so long. What? For what? Well, they're very aware that what will happen to... Anything can happen to us. We see that Tim got kidnapped, and they're very aware that Mr. Potion's around us. I think they could possibly use that to their own advantage. Like, our ability to be surprising is a little bit off. If you know what I mean. Exactly, hence why I want to figure out how they get the information, see if we can maybe figure out what we can do about it. What information can we get from them that can put us in advantage? Yes. Oh gosh. Goodness. Yeah. Why is it not working? What? It was working just a moment ago. What? Oh, hold on. Come on.
That's a lot of damage last time.
I mean, the idea of getting stronger is wonderful and all, but also you need to consider the urgency of your situation.
What
if
time
you
is it?
recall.
I mean,
What time?
Because remember,
Oh, sorry.
what time of the day,
Yeah.
like in game, this is like noonish. You know,
Noon, okay.
you all get a snack. Like, you have lunch or something, except for beef. Beef just
I
kind
don't
of
eat.
watches you eat awkwardly.
yes. But we I guess I don't really remember if she said any like times for her plans.
We
She-
can probably assume it's the next few days, at least within the week.
Within the week, she plans to destroy all of Allrest.
Uh,
Ugh.
Tim kind of has been listening on the conversation and says, "Well, yeah, I mean, there's a bit going on, you know. It's like Tim picks up something out of his pocket and slides it over across the counter to over to Feel the Burn. It's a newspaper, and when Feel the Burn kind of folds it out, the headline is "Massive Protest in Torgoth
Mm-hmm.
by Oblivia Adventurers Guild."
Right.
Nice.
So it
Is
seems
the king giving in?
upon reading further into the article, it seems Emperor Calvin Lenorn has not even, at least at the time of the newspaper being published, which was actually yesterday, Emperor Calvin Lenorn had not commented on any of the protests.
What do we do about this? Because I don't think they're gonna take advantage of the.
Oh yeah, they wanted us.
They wanted.
They wanted us to go to Torgoth and spur chaos.
by killing one of their, doing something to the guild and blaming it on.
Doing anything. Yeah.
That was, yes, Natalia did request that you all go and sow chaos among the two factions to help bring down Allrest, presumably politically.
So what would happen if the people from Oblivia succeeded? Right. Calvin Lenorn gives in, and they're able to go to the abandoned lands, untraveled lands, and do whatever, right?
Mhm.
How is that harming Emperor Calvin Lenorn?
Like letting them travel.
Yeah, like, what's the point of not letting them travel?
Well, it could be a liability on the Empire. That's what we understood it as, right?
A liability? What do you mean?
As
Roll a history check. Roll a history check on the ban of the untraveled lands.
So all of us.
Yeah, if you're all brainstorming this together, make a party check to see what you remember.
Party check.
Hold on. let me
What?
get
No!
some
Oh my goodness, no!
Intelligence.
Oh, God.
Hold on, let me roll
Wow.
my see how
No, history. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
intelligence
pretty bad.
history.
Oh yes! Wait, that's a
Wait,
fucking.
no,
I
it's
told you
not-
history.
I mean, it's an intelligence save, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
you all brainstorm. The tidbit of information that most of you can remember is that Calvin Lenorn himself, over 100 years ago, when because he is an elf, so he lives a very long time. Calvin Lenorn himself was the one to pronounce that the untraveled lands would remain untraveled. And Phobabet, in particular, is able to recall one extra tidbit of information that there was no official reason given for this, which caused a good bit of outrage at the time.
Bro, that just makes me want to go to the untraveled
Wait,
lands.
so why don't we just go with the Adventurers Guild to the Travel Lands? Because remember, they were going to go investigate, right?
Well, no, they
Yeah.
were. That's why they're protesting right now.
But they're gonna go anyways if it fails.
Why don't can we try to figure something out if we can get the Emperor to go to the untraveled lands, or have him explain a little bit why first? I think that
So-
might help the situation. Because he's
Mainly
mostly
go
in
to the
favor with
Emperor?
us, correct? Yeah, we go to the
Yeah.
Emperor. They're not fully. My understanding is that the guild isn't aware that we're on good terms with the Emperor. And hopefully that might thwart some of the plans, but...
We need to get in contact with the Emperor. Unless the Emperor is dead. Now he's a changeling. That would suck. But then we couldn't really do much at all. Then that would increase even more chaos from us finding that out.
So, I mean,
We should go to the Emperor. We should go to
we need to
Toragod.
figure out... Yeah, that's one thing for sure. Perhaps we'll set out tomorrow, the next day. I think
so
if we move quickly...
who are you bringing with you? Because obviously the party's going sans freaking Fabian, who has been warped out by Heaney, of course. You guys are like, wow, he really hates Fabian.
We
and
really
then,
need to take Mr. Potion. This is very...
Potion, for
You're
sure.
bringing Mr. Potion.
We have
Yeah.
Mr.
Where are
Potion.
we
Okay.
going?
Are you bringing anyone else? Are you bringing? Are you gonna try to bring Sterner or Tim or Tom or Enrique or anyone?
Bringing Sterner would be awesome
Part
if he
of
could fight
The
for
thing-
us.
The part of the thing with me is I think it's best... The best decision, in my opinion, would be to get everyone out of that place, because I think it puts them in unnecessary danger. But in
So,
practicality...
You think you wanna
wanna-
move them out?
We need to
from
move
the-
them
from the
either move them
hideaway?
out from there and put them somewhere else here. Perhaps they could travel with us and stay somewhere in Toragov. But in
But
But also-
Toragov is where all of the chaos is gonna start and then spread out from.
well, have them relocate somewhere else temporarily, so that way it kind of helps sort of keep them away from one place, and practically speaking, it's harder for us to do that because we then have a very large party that we have to manage. It makes us look less inconspicuous.
I mean, we can go to Torgoth with everyone,
Mhm.
and then if the situation's bad enough, we can send them to Uriah, and then overseas, I don't know.
Would you send them?
Huh?
Would you send them to Uriah or to elsewhere? Because you all have people that you know in
Huh?
Noctilum, Oblivia, and Silvalum,
I mean, we usually do it like that.
Hmm.
or theoretically Satoral, if you really wanted to go back
Mm,
all that far.
that could be a good place because I'm familiar with that. Would they be able to stay there? Because I feel like that's more of a smaller town than. Well, they could find a suitable place.
I feel like Noctilum has the most defenses at the moment. Magic defenses, at least.
You're right. But would they be willing to make the travel there
Yeah.
alone? I think something where we can place them and have them drop them off, and then if necessary, they have an easy way to get out would be good. It would be the best.
So let's take all of them to Torgoth,
Mhm.
and then we can figure out from the situation there where to go.
Right. So you do have a plan. However, you're also counting on everybody being able to travel, and currently Sterner and Enrique are completely wiped out.
Why don't
So
we,
you might have-
we should probably spend the rest of the day preparing in this case.
Sure.
Do you think that would be
Alright.
suitable? It wouldn't be, it would have to be like a day's travel, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so
well,
that-
it's not really a full day's travel to get to Torgoth, but it's probably gonna leave you late afternoon, evening,
Yeah.
if you start in the morning.
I see. Makes sense.
So, you have a plan. What are you gonna do with your downtime in Alchemov? This could very well be kind of your. Oh yeah, I just remembered.
Uh-oh.
We need music for Alchemoth. What was I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. So, Downtime in Alchemoth.
Maybe we should stock up on some more healing potions.
Actually,
Or we probably have. I think we have like 0, 1.
I have 0.
I have 0. I have healing.
I think Fabian has the ability to brew healing potions, but
Man, I wonder where he could be.
Wow.
unfortunately, Fabian is currently out.
Yeah, healing potions, any kind of. There's a potion shop in Alchemoth, right?
Pretty sure there is.
There in Alchemoth, the closest thing to a potion shop would probably be the shopkeeper.
Oh, well, fucking lovely. Okay, I guess we'll go there.
Is it
So is everybody
the
going there?
shopkeeper?
Sure.
The
Yeah.
shopkeeper.
Ah.
Is everyone going there?
Yes, that would be nice.
All right.
I thought he's gonna.
So everybody heads over to where you all remember the shop being. It looks just as generic from the outside as usual, and motherfucker, I forgot to grab the music for it.
I was gonna say, where's the music go? So we have.
Oh my god. Hold on. It looks just as generic from the outside as you remember it. But from the inside, of course, the floor rises to meet you like window panes beneath your feet. A blue swirling void seems to lie below. And of course, the shopkeeper greets you in their normal robe, the cabinet sitting off to their right, a strange brown and a sea of blue. Hey! It's been a whole, like, I don't know, week, maybe? No. Sorry. Day? I always forget how you guys tell time.
It hasn't been very long. Do you have potions to sell?
Ooh, you need healing potions, right?
Yeah.
Forget those before the climactic battle. How many do you need?
As many as we can afford, really.
Well, how about this? If you're buying in bulk, I'll do you a special deal, alright? Alright. Potions of greater healing. You know, even better than that lame old normal healing, right? Potions of greater healing.
What the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And I'll give you, let's see, how about 12 GP per potion?
Per potion?
Yeah, per potion of greater healing.
Do you accept trades?
Depends on what you're trading.
A skull, actually.
What kind of skull?
It's the skull of a witch. It has a purplish and green coloration from the years and years of magic that she's spent doing.
Oh, no. That's sentimental value. That's basically your mom's skull. I can't take that.
You think I want it? You think...
It has significance.
Okay, well, what about Mace Windex's head?
Wow, you're kind of fucked up, aren't you?
He indeed.
Okay.
Wait.
That
is.
does not answer
Hey,
my question, but let's hear it.
No, not Mace Windex.
Wyvern wings, Wyvern stinger. I'll keep the
Ooh.
Wyvern stinger, actually.
Wyvern.
Yeah, Wyvern.
Yeah, they're cute.
Are you,
Are they worth anything to
are you
you?
implying?
Sure. If I take the Wyvern wings, I'll drop the price of the potions to roll persuasion.
Oh
Nuts. I'm gonna
See
get
what he
it.
determines the price to be.
no. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, I'll drop the prices of the potions to 10 GP per potion for the Wyvern wings.
That's fat. Yeah, I'll delete those from my inventory.
Okay. And how many are you buying? All of you.
I mean,
I want to
I'll
buy
buy, like,
2, but I
3.
feel like that's gonna make me like half broke.
What's Electrum?
Electrum is half gold.
Oh, I'm balling, yo. What the fuck? I have 35
I
Electrum.
have 42 gold.
I have 42
So-
gold health
I have
as well.
30 electrum, so
5, 19. Okay, I'll take 3 potions of greater healing.
Alrighty, here you go. Potions of greater healing heal 4d4 plus 4. But of course, you do maximum if you're using them during a rest or during an action. So,
I guess I shall get to. Goodbye, go.
here you go, bucko!
Okay.
I'll get 3.
Thanks, Dad.
I'll get 2 as well.
Alright.
I'm gonna get 3.
The
Wait,
shopkeeper,
So you said it's 12 GP?
it's 10
Yeah.
GP per potion,
Okay.
because beef bartered. The shopkeeper's hands seem to blur behind the counter as they grab out all these potions, seemingly from thin air.
Awesome.
It's pretty weird. The shopkeeper, finally having made all the exchanges, kind of nods to themselves and said, "Oh yeah, I promised you something, didn't I?" Not the story. That can come later. I promised you that I'd tell you a little bit more about the Javelin of Lightning, right?
Oh
Yes, I was gonna
yeah.
ask you about that actually. And I bring it out, kind of. So.
The shopkeeper takes it and twirls it around a little bit and says, "Well, I'll give you a bit of a hint. It's got to be the right moment, you know. You can't just an item like this. You can't just go to someone and hope it works out. You can't just you can't just go through the motions. It's got to have the feeling behind it, the passion, you know. So you can't just really. What I'm trying to say is, stop trying so hard, and maybe just let it figure itself out." He throws the Javelin of Lightning back to you. There's a slight banging on the cabinet door. He says, "Hi."
Something.
Is there a child in your cabinet?
No, although you know, it's comparable.
Okay.
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 Yeah. Anyways.
Want to hear a story?
Nope.
No.
Any other potions you got?
Only if you hear my story.
Okay.
Here's the, well, okay. Can I before you tell the story? Do you want to give Dacha?
Is that a piece of paper that you have?
Would you like to
That's
give
a s-
Dacha? Would you like to give Dacha?
Is that a story?
Would you like to give Ikadacha a checkup? Just like
Oh, that's fine.
oh, he's fine. Okay. How did he get the potions to us last time? Dutch, I mean, here is like a very smart Dutch. But how did he
Very
manage to
smart
get
dog.
It's Dutch, not dog.
It's dog.
Nay, it's not. It's dog something. What's the term for it? I don't remember.
A
It's,
beaver?
No, dog is
Badger?
tanuki. But
Is it a-
Dash, I think, is the Kuman word for badger, I think. But anyways, that's besides the point. How did he manage to get the potions to us last time?
Well, we couldn't have you dying there.
That is true. Can he make potions?
Oh no.
Okay, he probably stole it from Faden or something like that. But okay. Anyways, I'm happy to listen to your story, but I could tell, well, unless you want to hear my story, but that's fine.
Go ahead, please.
There once was a traveling shopkeeper. He was exceptionally handsome and really, really great at everything. The traveling shopkeeper made way in his wagon across a long desert and reached to another town. There, he sold a few items and then went back across the desert in his wagon back to his hometown. He made this journey several times, but someone was starting to get suspicious. An officer of the law, a constable, you could say, began stopping the merchant along the way, saying, "You're doing fishy business. I know you're smuggling something." After a long while of this whole thing going on, The officer stopping the wagon merchant along the way every single time. Finally, while they were speaking, a sandstorm blew up in the desert and left them both stranded. The merchant's wagon was broken, and the horses had run off. Finally, the officer of the law turned to the salesman and said, "So what were you smuggling? In all my investigation, I never figured it out. Each and every time I could never quite tell. Whenever I inspected your wagon for contraband, there was nothing there suspicious." The traveling salesman looked over towards the constable and seemed to think for a second and said, "Oh, I was smuggling wagons." The end.
Okay.
Okay.
But wagons aren't contraband.
How do you know?
It's just wood.
Red's mind is just like broken.
What's contraband and what's not contraband is based on whatever the laws are, and the law is pretty dumb.
Fair enough. Hey, more potions?
Oh, yeah, potions, right. Potion of speed?
Speed! Are you
Yeah, it's
selling
basically
drugs
meth,
to us?
except way less unhealthy.
What's meth?
Methamphetamines. Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry, you haven't heard of it. Anyways. Yeah, potion of speed. Want it?
How much?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, it's pretty rare, so, how about 36 GP?
Dude, I don't have that much. Yeah.
Alright, bud. I don't have money, but I've got items. I got some stuff, alright?
What if
Tell
I
me
tell
if
you?
this-
What if I tell you a story and maybe lower the
No,
price?
no more stories.
I'd rather not hear any more
Roll
stories.
persuasion.
You can lower the
Red rolls
price.
persuasion.
You know, roll the price. Lower the price whenever.
Ah,
What did you get?
He kind of, he looks at Red for a second and says, "Alright, you can tell a story."
Okay. This is the story. I don't. I had it here. The story of Cinderella. It's the story that my school friends, not really friends, but school people, told me in Santoro. Okay. One day there was a girl named Cinderella, and wait, hold on. I'm trying to figure out. He's trying to translate it back into common. Oh yeah, and she was stuck in her house. Well, no, her entire house was invited to a ball because the prince wanted to get married. But Cinderella couldn't go to the dance party because, well, she was a servant for her entire house. Therefore, all of her sisters and the mother all went to the dance party. But that evening, there was a what's the word? It's a fairy who came to her that day, and the fairy, using magic, of course, summoned a very beautiful dress and a wagon and with the servants. And Cinderella, of course, went to the dance party. And the moment that Cinderella finished her journey, she found the prince. But the prince told her, "I didn't invite you. You're a poor lady, and I don't like you. I want you dead." And the mighty prince makes dead Cinderella by way of fire and log. The end.
That's
Roll
crazy, dog.
performance.
Huh?
Whoa.
The shopkeeper kind of nods his head for a second and says, "I appreciate the effort."
I could probably perform it a little bit better if I did it in my
And-
my
and
mother
he-
tongue, but you know.
He kind of he touches his hands together for a moment and says, "How about I'll knock off 1 SP for that."
Wow,
my
okay, that's
God.
great. Anyways, I've got some items. We're gonna need the bow. Let's see, I've got a minotaur horn. I've got a human skull. His name was Justin.
Oh no, I can't take Justin's skull. You need to remember your regrets.
Why? I don't regret doing that. I killed a man in
It's a
cold
symbol of
blood.
your mistakes, your flaws, your sins.
My bag
Justin-
of holding
Justin
is not
is
a
so long-
flaw.
So long as you carry Justin's skull, it will constantly remind you of your failures as a Goliath. I would say as a human being, but it's as a Goliath being.
Thanks. Anyways, I've also got the torso and legs of shield guardians in scattered pieces of shield guardians. Did I give that to the motherfucker?
I think you gave some of that to Enrique, I think, or to Mr.
Potion.
Sorry, yes, because he said he could make a potion of torso protection now.
Right.
I'll
So I've
take
got like
the-
half of it.
Yeah, I think you like gave one of the shield guardians to Mr. Potion, and you have the other one. Enrique kind of, or sorry, not Enrique, the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper kind of nods to himself and says, "All right, I'll take the shield guardian and the Minotaur horn."
How much will that pop off the price?
Roll persuasion to see how well you sold them.
Oh, buddy.
How much you were able to talk them up. You're like, this is a Minotaur.
not bad.
That's another 15 right there.
Yeah.
He kind of nods to himself and says, "I'll knock it down to let's say 22 GP."
Woo! Sheesh. Alright. Anybody got money? I'm
I
broke.
have 22
Listen,
GP,
man, I
but
have
don't-
30 GP total. I can't spend anymore.
Why not?
rather not.
What else are we gonna spend it on? Wait, what does a potion of... I'm gonna look up what a potion of speed is. Can I do that?
No, that's metagaming. But also, so
I
it's
mean-
worth 22 GP, and the Minotaur horn and
What does
Guardian.
a potion of
Potion-
speed
wait,
do, Mr.
yeah.
Shopkeeper?
Oh, it'll cast the haste spell on you.
What does that
Yeah.
do?
Gives you like an extra attack action, lets you travel
Oh.
a lot farther, raises your AC.
I think we should give that to Rain.
Your characters are like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Beef is
What about-
confused,
What
but
about
I'm not.
if I play bagpipe for you, would you like to? If I give you a good performance on the bagpipe, would you lower the price?
Oh no.
He kind of thinks about it for a moment.
Maybe you're not into bagpipe. Is that not?
No, I'm not interested in hearing you perform anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, what about my Heart of Darkness?
The shopkeeper seems to stare into your eyes for a moment. Kind of tilts their head a little bit. Says, "Not impressed. Tragic backstory. Nah."
Random question.
This will be very useful, guys. It's only 22 GP.
Yeah, I have
How
an
long
extra
does it
attack.
last?
I have already an extra attack though.
Yeah, and you're gonna have another one if you drink the speed potion. How long does it last?
Oh, 3.
Like 10 minutes.
That's fucking huge.
Okay,
That is
yeah.
huge.
Do you have a bottle, perhaps? Just an empty bottle. I know. it's a random
yeah.
question. I'm a little bit.
It'll be
bored. I
5
want-
SP.
Well, I don't want to buy it. I just want you to set it on the table for a little bit.
The shopkeeper seems to think about it, pulls a bottle out of thin air and slams it on the table.
Okay. Reds, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm a little bit bored. But would you mind letting me try something for a little bit while you guys bargain?
What? What are you gonna do?
So, Red.
Can someone say yes to buying this 22
no,
gold?
I will be completely broke if I buy that 22 gold.
And I'm completely broke, and it's fine. Like,
It's fine.
I guess this is what I get for not requesting money. Like I don't know. I'm not that person.
Haven't how
Come on,
much do you
Jordan.
have?
Okay.
You know what? Okay,
I think
I will give you my 22 gold.
So you
You
just
give
give the shopkeeper straight out 22 to gold. All right.
I'm sorry.
The
Oh,
shopkeeper
I
hands you a
hold on.
potion of speed.
Okay. I would like to try something for a little
Yeah.
while you're in your presence. Okay, is that alright?
All right.
So Red lifts his hand out, closes his eyes, and he's trying to move the bottle.
Oh, he tries
You
to
a-
move the bottle.
Are you
Force.
Are you a Jedi?
Roll a
No love, buddies.
Should be like an intelligence thing. I feel
roll a wisdom check.
like. Wisdom, yeah.
Oh, like wisdom saving or like? Oh, wisdom.
No, just go over to wisdom.
Oh, click it.
Where it says wisdom, click that.
What?
The
No.
bottle does not move.
Maybe that.
L.
I don't. Probably not in the movie.
Probably later.
Leader bro.
The shopkeeper seems vaguely amused as they tap their fingers on the. They say, "Like I said before, some powers you just need to get at the right moment. Stop trying to force it so much." They pick the bottle back up. It vanishes into their
I don't know,
sleeve.
but I guess being me, I'm just really curious about exploring things. There's a lot of things I don't quite know about myself. But perhaps I'm going too fast.
Yeah.
Would you say yes or no?
It's not quite going too fast as much as forcing it. You can't force these kinds of things.
That's what she said.
Red lets it ponder for a little bit. Forcing. Okay.
Did she really say that?
No, I don't think
Alright.
so.
I leave.
All right.
Well, thank
Does
you.
everybody
so,
else
thank
follow?
you very much.
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna leave, Chief.
All right.
Juan,
You walk
what
out
are
of
you
the
calling
shop.
me for? Hello? Hello?
Who is this?
What are you doing, Juan?
Honestly?
No, because I'm in a D&D session.
I have no idea.
On.
I think I saw Wesley on
No,
his phone.
don't come over. Now is not the right time.
I can't read.
All right. Well, now that you're out of the shop, I should
No,
be.
we
I
don't finish
should be
at
going
all.
back to the Alchemoth music.
Yeah.
No, do not. I asked you. No, you cannot come.
Okay.
Rayan. Hold on.
I asked for forgiveness, not permission.
No, I'm telling you no. I'm not going to answer the. I'm going to tell my parents. No, do not answer the door if you're going to do that.
I will answer the door.
No, you don't. I'd like to visit Mr. Crawford because I remember him saying there was something going on in there. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Crawford, like there was something that, if I remember last time, we were gonna go there before we got interrupted. I don't know. Didn't Max recommend us to go on to go to Mr. Crawford's place? No, but this was like our last session. Like that, I remember us discussing about the syndicate like many days ago. Oh. Well, Hmm. What day? What time is it? Is it like midday? Still? Oof. Well, I mean, I'd still like to go in the evening to see if, because that'll when things go dark. Syndicate Place. Just kind of check it out. Going in. Yeah. Yeah, well, the front of the building, yeah. Um, what do we... Is there... Can I observe if, like, there's anyone, like, outside, like, making sure that, like, the... Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Um, I want to... I want to cast something? Do you... I'd like... What do you guys want to do? Are you guys... Because I'm planning on trying to... Well, I was going to cast Pass Without Trace so I could hide myself and make sure that I don't, you know... Nothing else happens. Alright. Boom. And I expend one spell slot. So is it just us two going? Is it us two that is going, or how many people are going? I was gonna do it on myself, but it says you can have it with quote companions, so I wasn't sure how many people are gonna go with us. It just says you and your companions, within 30 feet of you. Stealth. What the? It did it not work? Did it not roll? Okay. Okay, it's being. There we go. Oh wow! Woo! 34. Ah. Yeah. Or slowly go down, because I make sure it's not trapped or anything.
Office-like area. It's it's there's it seems to be abandoned. Uh, the desk that Natalia had been sitting at during your conversation is completely like there's nothing on top of it, and it seems to have been wiped clean of any speck of dust. The closet that they'd kept Tim in stands off to the side, a little kind of, you know, out of place, I suppose. There doesn't appear to be much else.
Not even other drawers. Not anything.
There are drawers on the desk, but when you open them, there's nothing to be found.
Shoot.
Can we investigate the room?
Sure. Roll investigation.
All of us, or just?
Sure. If all of you are investigating the room.
Sure.
Dub.
Oh,
So most of you are able to conclude pretty easily that this room isn't used often. But on the side, Beef is able to figure out a few more things. Looking at the floor, he sees scuff marks, quite a few actually, that seem to resemble something like a box that had been dragged through here. It seems that something that was stored here was moved up and out the trapdoor at some point.
Found anything?
Additionally, the desk seems to be a fairly new addition.
Probably should move out.
Weird.
Find other rooms. Either that, or they probably use this as a temporary space. But yeah, we should probably look at.
You should also recall this was the building that Enrique was held in when
Right.
he was being forced to make weapons for the Syndicate.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Should we check out like some of the other rooms too?
Alright.
Yeah, let's check. I'm gonna check out some of the other rooms.
So you all move back up. Are you going to the center or to the right? If you all recall, to the right was a room with a bunch of it was a bunch of storage, a variety of bread and whatnot, as well as a room that had the strange yellow ochre gel or whatever.
Right.
The thing that tried to murder your face.
I kind of want to go back there, see if it's
Red
still alive.
Red's gonna go slowly to that room first.
Okay. So you all, of course, as stealthy as can be, you're still using Pass Without Trace. Move in and check out the room. The room is now emptied.
No bread?
The bread room. Remember, you all burned the.
Oh.
So the burned, scattered remains of bread are lying about, and you all also see two glass bottles. If you recall, last time you were here, there was some kind of a bottle that was within the storage. So two glass bottles, one of them broken, the other one filled with a strange red liquid,
Right.
are sitting on the floor in the midst of the burnt bread. You can see the scorch marks on both bottles from when you all had started the fire.
Okay.
Are there other doors that lead in?
This room connects to the room with the ooze. That you all can see through the open door. It's not.
It's not. Say that again.
The ooze, the yellow, I believe yellow ochre is the name of it.
Yeah.
Is not present in the room anymore.
Can I go into that room, like kind of slowly?
Yeah. Walking into the room, you see several circles and a variety of symbols and runes drawn in blood across the walls and the floor of the room. And finally, roll Arcana, all of you, to see if you can recognize these symbols and whatnot.
I've been getting 12s all day.
Okay? So you all are thinking for a bit and finally feel the burn. Says, I've got it. I remember what these are. We've seen them before when we were visiting Professor Blackwell's lab.
Uh-oh.
A lot of these symbols look the same as the ones that he was using in his research on summoning.
Uh-oh.
Can you tell maybe how new these symbols are? Like if these, like how old they are?
Yeah, even without an investigation check, you can tell this is fairly recent. Definitely after your last visit to the place.
Oh.
But the blood is dried on it as well.
Oh, that's not good. There wasn't any. Was there any signs of presence? Like anyone, like any signs that the building was occupied at all? Like lanterns were lit when we entered, or was it the completely?
No, it's dark. You're all kind of getting up close to see things.
Shoot.
Or you know, I think most of you probably have vision, so using that.
I think we need to move out first thing tomorrow morning.
Sure.
I know a lot more than. I know a lot more.
So, are you all continuing to investigate the building? Because this was, you've been to the left and to the right. Are you going center where they were, which is where they kept Enrique, as you recall?
Let's go to the center quickly just to make
I mean,
sure something.
It's probably still
Going to the center, you all remember there was a room filled with traps that you all had to navigate before. This time, the traps seem to have been disabled. Someone's been through here and ripped up the floorboards and even dug into the to get the darts and the pressure plates, and just taken them out. The whole room is seems to have been like torn down almost, as if in haste.
weird.
You progress through the room to the next place, which is where you had defeated several of the syndicate members who were around for Enrique's holding. In this room, you can see the splattered bloodstains all around from the battle that you all had, but the bodies are nowhere to be found.
Yeah, they moved them out.
Going into the room where Enrique had been held, you all remember that there was a fireball that exploded after Enrique exited with you all. The room has been pretty much completely destroyed. Enrique's forge temporary forge that he used during his time here sits in ruins. Even the anvil seems to have been blown back and deformed by the power of the blast.
How did that, I wonder?
Roll investigation.
Well,
All of you, once again.
yes.
If you're all-
Okay.
Ooh.
Yo, what
Feel the
are my
burn.
rolls today? What are my rolls today?
Fieldburn, with his knowledge of fire magic in particular, is very much equipped to handle this task.
Yeah.
And notices this was the doing of a spell very similar, but not quite exactly the same as his fireball. The explosive power is much greater than an ordinary fireball, and certainly you can't cast fireball remotely. But it's the doing of a powerful fire spell that is perhaps based on or at least in the same family class of spell as the fireball. Clearly, it's the work of a very powerful fire mage.
See. So they have that amongst their ranks. That's cool. That's great.
That is
Um,
true.
Anywhere else we haven't explored?
No, you have now gone to all of the rooms that you remember from your
Cool.
first time through.
I guess we head up.
Right. With some new information about the Syndicate and some hints about what they're doing, you all head back to the Adventurers Guild. And Sterner is still passed out on the counter. Seems he'll be asleep for a while. He already seemed sleep deprived before the whole all-nighter that he pulled, so this is going to be his Sylvalum dungeon, basically, where he just sleeps for 24 hours. And Enrique has not come up from the downstairs. Tim and Tom are sitting playing Go Fish with one another. Mr. Potion kind of looks on, interested, occasionally picking up a card and kind of flipping it around, inspecting it. Mr. Potion is muttering to himself, "Potions of, well, let's see, potions of entertainment? No, too broad, too broad."
Paper entertainment.
Mr. Potion kind of looks over to where you've entered and says, "You're a genius!"
But paper entertainment can be
Yes,
multiple
yes,
things.
thank you. Yeah. Okay, and I'm a
Why don't-
genius.
Maybe
Okay.
potions of
I'm a genius.
potions of decks. I don't know. Did you call it a deck of cards? I don't remember. Anyway.
Potion of cock.
So, what are you all doing now that you're back?
Sleep.
Can we tell them like the
You're just
plan
going
is
straight to sleep?
We
You're
probably-
just like, alright guys, hi, sleep.
I guess that
What
would
else
be-
is there to do? We gotta wait for them to.
I mean, Beef doesn't sleep, right?
Oh, I close my eyes and pretend I'm sleeping.
Oh,
Alright, Beef meditates to find inner self. Roll religion.
Roll, I will.
yes.
Let's see. Beef is a filthy heretic.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm not.
No, do not show that.
God
Do
fucking
not-
damn it.
Okay,
God.
one. Okay, one.
Alright,
Why are you
Rick
showing
Astley
that?
is in
The
Rick
fucking
Astley
duck.
is in our D&D session. I didn't know.
you're rickrolling the duck. Do you really want to fucking try me?
Oh.
Alright.
He does
so with
look
that,
annoyed.
I mean, is everybody else doing something similar? What are you doing?
As in taking a rest, I guess.
Alright.
Uh,
Red?
Can he also try to sit, kind of meditate a little bit, just kind of think about
All right,
processing?
Red's gonna meditate for a little while. Roll religion.
Oh boy. What the heck? No.
Red
The
is.
nine makes me a filthy heretic.
Yeah.
Jordan's just
Red's
straight up
blasphemy
religion.
is so great that he hears Zeus himself whispering in his ear, "God, what the fuck, dude?"
Red's done some fucked up shit, huh?
Red is currently walking around with the man who killed his father and took his skull as a trophy. So you know,
Steve. Don't worry about it. I
They're
don't.
on good terms.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
so
Yikes.
Rayan, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Anyways, everybody, I suppose, takes a rest. And obviously prepare any spells, all that stuff.
Yada yada yada.
Yep.
Roll 50 billion hit dice.
You're not doing any hit dice for
I know.
No. Alright. So you all awake in the morning, coming back up. Enrique and Sterner are already awake. The others seem to have lagged behind a bit. Sterner it kind of greets you a little bit dispassionately. He's not preoccupied with anything. He almost seems bored. Enrique greets you a little more heartily. Hey there, lads!
Huzzah!
So, are you doing anything in particular around?
Yeah, you're coming with us though.
Jordan,
Enrique kind of looks startled a little.
Listen, we have good belief that that you all are not safe right over here. It is best that we temporarily relocate you because of things that might happen. We don't feel that you're safe here.
Roll
So-
persuasion.
Oh no! Just watch me get another nat one.
Wait, what is
Hey!
And Enrique kind of grins a little bit and bumps his shoulder into Sterner's, who's sitting next to him. Yeah. Well, that's why we got this lad here. Let me tell you, he looks like a wimp, but man, he can fight.
That's exactly why we need Sterner too. Hey, Sterner, you look a little bored. You want some action?
Sterner looks over to you with a snap, and kind of seems to consider for a moment. Says, "What exactly are we doing?"
Saving the world, of course.
Interesting. Saving the world. Why?
Well, you see, in saving the world, we will be saving our own behinds, and that's what I'm really interested in.
Sterner looks up for a moment and seems to consider and says, "I do have a vested interest in staying alive.
There you go. That's what I want to hear.
I see.
Okay, what do you
Roll
mean?
persuasion for Sterner, actually.
Yes! Let's go!
Sterner
Everyone's
nods to
coming
himself and
with.
says, "This could be interesting."
It sure
So,
could be.
what exactly are we doing?
We are
Besides
heading,
saving the world.
We're heading to Toragot.
It's been a
we'll
while
be-
since I've been to the capital.
We will be speaking with the Emperor.
Ooh, I've heard he's an
Yes.
interesting fellow.
He is. We've spoken to him before. Interesting is, yes, a word.
Not quite sure how true that is, though. Emperors, schmemperors. I could never take public office.
Yeah, no,
Serving
you
the
couldn't.
law above yourself.
You've
What a bunch of
hotboxed a
nonsense.
city.
Yes, well, it seemed like it would be interesting at the time. Besides,
And
it's not like the
it
people
is.
in that city were any more free-thinking than someone who was high off their ass.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, we'll be doing some fun stuff over there. Enrique, what are your thoughts?
Enrique seems to consider for a moment. He says, "Well, if we're really in danger here, and Sterner's not going to be here, well, then that's fine. But we're going to need to figure out a way to get Tom through. He's still having a little trouble walking."
Oh no, I forgot about it. Oh, fuck.
Speak of the devil, Tim, Tom, and Mr. Potion arrive from downstairs, apparently having been awoken by Enrique's hearty greetings. They seem a little, a little tired, but generally, it's morning. They're
morning.
waking up. They all retrieve their breakfasts and sit down. Enrique kind of fills them in on the conversation.
Too.
Tom looks a little bit confused, but generally seems to be interested in the prospect.
I bet. So, I guess we can... What are we gonna do with Tom? Put him in the bag of holding. There's oxygen in there, right? There's air.
Roll Arcana. Just beef.
No.
Just beef. Beef thinks about it and has no idea.
Sterner knows. He's had experience with bags of holding. Sterner, is there oxygen in bags of holding?
Sterner looks over and says,
That's one.
No, there isn't.
I think it's
Anything you put in
So-
there will suffocate.
Damn.
Wait, what about that?
Believe me, I once put my pet toad in there.
I bet you did.
I have never had a pet since.
Oh,
Right.
Besides, it's too much of an obligation anyway.
is there a place we can maybe leave? Well, a caregiver that we can give Tom?
Huh?
Then maybe leave
Oh,
him here.
caregivers? Well, if we're looking into repairing that brain damage, Noctula would be the best bet.
Well, that's kind of where we were planning on putting you guys.
That's kind of harsh.
And it's a little bit further away though. Like they'd have to make a stop at Torgoth. I mean, once we get him over, like, is he able to? He's not able to walk, is he?
He can walk, it's a little shaky, I suppose.
Maybe he can. Oh, how heavy is he? Piggyback? I wouldn't recommend it, maybe, but
How heavy is he?
Tom is, a little on the short side, so he's fairly light. Tim kind of looks up and says, "Hey, I could probably help him out. We could figure something out. Like, I don't know. I don't think I could carry him, but maybe if maybe a wheelchair or something."
Holy
I asked
potion.
Mr. Potion if he can make a wheelchair
Do you have a potion of transportation?
for the disabled.
A potion of sitting mobility. I've never made such a thing before. Well, it'll be an interesting challenge. Enrique! Enrique kind of looks up a little bit hesitantly. Yes? To the forge, Enrique! Onwards! The potion of sitting mobility waits for no man!
We should probably have done this beforehand, but okay.
Well, we didn't think about Tom's disabilities.
So, Enrique kind of gets up a little reluctantly from his breakfast. I also just realized the music stopped. Motherfucker. That is. And, they head over to the forge. Mr. Potion pulls out a few parts, kind of in the kind of general shape of like a chair's, like the part of a chair you sit on, the seat of a chair, I suppose. And he begins hammering. He begins hammering away at them. okay, kind of molding them into the correct shape. The process seems a little involved, and the parts seem kind of familiar. Beef finally realizes with a start he's using the Shield Guardian parts that you gave him.
I fucking knew it.
Which
Well, that's fine.
all right, so they continue. Beef kind of just sighs to himself, I guess. Meanwhile, Sterner kind of nudges at Feel the Burn.
Mhm.
Says, "So, your buddy said that we're moving because we're in danger. Is this because you all were mixed up with the Syndicate?"
Oh, we're mixed up in about everything.
It may be because of that, but you know we're not entirely sure yet. If we'll be
Well, it all sounds fairly interesting. I mean, the Syndicate's actually got quite the powerful mage on their side. If the stories of the two witnesses are to say anything.
Oh,
2 witnesses.
you're
How many?
aware of them?
Oh well, the witnesses didn't last very long, but just long enough for me to talk to them.
And what did they say?
Fire mage, incredibly powerful. Kind of the Syndicate's go-to blow shit up if things go wrong, man.
Yeah, we
Professional
ran into his
arsonist.
magic.
They don't have a name or a face or anything like that. Changelings, a lot of them, so, you know, it's...
Wait.
Ah.
What if he's the same person that blew up the what's his name? Blew up Estragon's place when we came over. Cause she was
Blew up?
Yeah. Cause she was a.
It was blown up?
You don't remember?
Estragon, remember when you came to confront Estragon in the Office of Militant Matters, the entire building exploded, while you guys were still in it.
I have a
And that was the
feeling-
beginning of the fight.
Not that we did that, or that.
No,
Well, he
our
mentioned
doing.
something about a quote-unquote trap, if I remember correctly. I have a feeling they knew that we were here.
Estragon was the one who. Estragon was the one, or at least Estragon's, if your theory is correct, were the ones who blew up that building. Also, you just can't help but imagine all the paperwork that Winston Chamberlain had to deal with after that,
Oh gosh.
considering an entire office was blown up.
Oh.
Almost makes you feel bad for the IHOP man. Almost.
Do we have? Are they spy? What if they're spying on us? I know that sounds a little bit paranoia, but like through magical means. Would they-
Maybe.
do y'all
Maybe
have
they're
detect-
spying-
Do y'all have detect magic or anything like that?
I do have detect magic.
Okay, so do you really want to cast it though? Because you are headed to Torgoth today.
Yeah.
Let's cast it maybe closer when we get to Torgoth. Because I mean, what are they gonna do? They're gonna know that they already know that we're on our way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the other question is, because as you recall, she actually didn't know the full details of what went down in Silverloom. Natalia.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, she said that during the meeting.
Oh well, no, but that's because we killed off a bunch of the cult people, and they couldn't, therefore, relay information. Mace Windex, I think, played them off too, as well.
Yeah, Mace Windex killed a bunch of cult people, and so did you. So,
I see.
so she wasn't able to get a full report on what happened in Silverloom.
So
Okay.
would they use magical means then
Probably
to
not.
spy on us, based on the fact
Oh.
that she's been relying on cult people? But I feel like I should
Yeah,
trust
no.
that instinct.
Tim, while you're brainstorming, seems to think for a second and says, I mean, we were all supposed to write reports back in the cult. Like, you know, just kind of it was like a journal, sort of. That's what they called it. The Journal of Gaunadar, or whatever. It was kind of like a, because like part of the big thing with Gaunadar, right? It's like he can see everything. He's omnipotent. So the whole idea is that because we were his cult, we were supposed to kind of keep track of things the same way that he did.
How would
Big information network.
How would he? How is information transferred? Is it like? So you guys?
I don't know. It just kind of.
So you guys write it.
I wrote in my journal and I handed it off to, the next guy up.
And how do you guys necessarily see things? Is it just through you guys, or is it through magical means?
Well, I didn't see anything through magical means. I'm not that advanced. But,
So maybe the more advanced peeps can probably do it, but most likely not.
Tim kind of shrugs. They mostly kept us in the dark. I mean, it was a cult after all.
Yeah. That would make the most sense.
Random question: how did they know where we were?
For what?
How did they know that the fact that we were staying in the Adventurers Guild and Mr. Potion was with us?
Tim kind of looks at you kind of curiously and says, "This is Alchemoth. This is their home base. You probably can't do anything here without them knowing."
God. So I'm
Is that so?
You were pretty much kidnapped, right?
Hmm? Oh, you mean when they when they did the whole thing where I tied up and you guys came over and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kidnapped me, yeah.
You don't have any journals on you, right?
You mean from my time in the cult? No.
Okay.
They took those away.
I see.
That would make sense as well.
Well, how's the progress with the wheelchair? With the question of mobility?
Getting mobility.
Let me roll for seeing how well they're able to do, how quickly they're able to do it.
Come on. Oh, what does that? What does that mean?
That's so Mr. Potion rolled a 13, Enrique rolled a 7. So they're making good progress. You can see the one of the wheels is starting to take shape. The chair as a whole is in its shape, but it needs to cool down because they are making this out of metal for the most part, which is probably not going to be incredibly comfortable for Tom, but
Or easy to move.
it's a rush job. They can probably improve it later.
We'll just put the little the things that are like our what is it? Our bedrolls on top of it.
So, in the meantime, you guys, I guess, finish up eating your breakfast. Is there anything else you'd like to do in Alchemoth? And actually, Tim offers you a piece of advice while you all are still at the Adventurers Guild. He says, I may not be entirely knowledgeable about the whole thing. I was kind of like half asleep during that whole meeting, but I really think you should start trying to think like a step ahead. Of everybody. Trying to figure out what they're gonna do next. Because it's pretty obvious that's what's gonna go down between the Empire and the Adventurers. The Adventurers Guild's gonna be a bunch of assholes. Demand stuff, and the Empire's gonna be a bunch of assholes and refuse it and all that, right?
Right.
But the Syndicate's kind of the wild card here, or well, I guess you're technically the wild card, right? But we don't know what they're gonna do, so maybe we should, try to figure that out and how to counteract it.
What's your ideas, Tim?
But what isn't their plan sort of hinged on us doing something?
Not super duper.
But
That sounds kind of dumb.
That is kind of.
I mean,
Natalia is aware that we're gonna be, we're not really for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to be like the element of surprise in her plans, right? Like, so that they don't just go off without a hitch and make her bored, right? So she wouldn't make them hinge on you. If anything, you're the only thing that can stop them.
Really? Does it have anything to do with being the main characters?
Hey, that's metafiction. Shut up.
I'm sorry, Tim. I'll stop.
The shopkeeper's voice echoes in your head. Beef, now is not the time for that.
What? Shut up, shopkeeper. Stop. Are you the one listening in on us? Giving information to the syndicate?
Is he?
No. It's a weirdo. I'm talking to you, shopkeep.
Well,
The shopkeeper does not respond. Beef wonders if he is hallucinating.
No, I'm not schizophrenic, I swear.
I swear.
You guys heard the voice too, right? You guys heard the voices?
I don't know.
dude,
What
I
you're
Voices?
was aware. Of
I don't check
I'm
that.
not sure.
The voices?
Even if Phobabet did hear it, he's just gonna deny it.
Beef,
Well-
do you need some help? Or do you need some stability mentally?
I need a gummy bear.
Hey, can I talk? Can I shout to Mr. Potion? Yo, Mr. Potion, do you happen to have any potions of sweet tooths? Or of the
No,
equivalent?
I don't actually need a gummy bear.
Yeah, that's not what he means, Jordan.
Oh, wait, what?
Mr. Potion looks up and thinks for a moment and says, like, no, I don't think I make those.
Okay, probably have to go somewhere else.
I feel like cane sugar would be kind of hard to procure.
Anyways, so what the syndicate do? They're probably, now that I think about it, what if they use the mage? If they're gonna want
That's
to try
crazy.
to pull something, but if they want to pull something off, they have to do it so that's like Emperor tier, right? So
Yeah.
something that the Emperor would do, blow something up because the Emperor is very powerful. Blame it, convince the adventurers that it's the Emperor's fault because it's Emperor tier stuff happening.
That's not bad.
I have a feeling that's probably what they're gonna do, something of the equivalent.
So they're going to do damage to one side, blame it on the other.
Correct. Well, isn't that what
Using
they
the
explained with
mage.
I wouldn't be surprised if they use the mage. I don't know if that's the theory's correct. My instinct is to try to get the Adventurers Guild. Why don't we maybe convince the Adventurers Guild to perhaps take a break on protesting? Tell them, it's been long days. Maybe we
No,
can try
they're not
to
going
convince,
to.
But we can try to say, we'll convince the Emperor. We promise, in the meantime, we promise that he won't do anything bad. Well, do we want to tell them that we're on good terms with the Empire, though? 'Cause I feel like that's gonna invite trouble.
If we tell them to stop and then the syndicate hurts them, that's immediately putting the blame on us and the Empire.
I mean, hey, at least it's not on the Empire, though. It's on us.
No, I'm saying it's on both, because they're gonna assume that we're with the Empire.
That is true. Move them out of this. No, that would be the same thing.
The only way would be to get the Emperor talking. If the Emperor's alive, which I don't know if he is. Yeah.
Why don't we try to get
So-
the Emperor to say yes? I mean, because I feel like it wouldn't make sense if he suddenly went against them after he said yes.
Right.
Should we go forward with that? So we know that the Syndicate is gonna do something Emperor tier.
Okay, so you think they're going to basically hurt the Adventurers Guild and blame it on the Emperor, or
Or
vice
the other
versa,
way around.
perhaps?
Yeah.
And then you let's see. After that, and then allow the chaos to basically end all rest. from Torgoth.
Yeah.
What's everybody else thinking on this? Is that do you think talking to the Emperor is your best plan right now?
Probably.
Probably
Yeah.
But
modify
it wouldn't. I don't know if it would affect all of Allrest. I mean, it would obviously in the long term, but this seems her plan seems more like a short-term destruction where everyone dies
Isn't
type
the
of
whole
thing.
thing like to establish something in Torgoth, and then afterwards it destroys the entire island? Because she says she's not going to destroy the entire world because that would just be boring.
Right? No. Destroy all of Allrest, which is huge.
Right.
It's a huge area.
So she would have to establish base Torgoth, and then afterwards it spreads to Alrest. Because once she has that whole ruin thing that we saw earlier that established, and I'd assume that it would summon, whatever that thing is.
Okay, but as soon as let's say, either the Emperor kills the Adventurers Guild or the Adventurers Guild kills the Emperor, the fighting's gonna stop in Torgoth. So, my question is, how would she spread the chaos to other places?
Well, if the Emperor is dead, then it's a big deal. If the Emperor
Right, then it's a
kills
big deal.
If it kills, I mean, at that point it's pretty much anarchy, in this sense. Unless if they have some plan where the heir comes, the king or the
But
next.
people love the Emperor.
Exactly. So if he dies, it's a big deal. The entire kingdom overturns. But if the Emperor kills all of the
Also,
the
because it's an
Adventurers
Emperor, it's the Empire
Yes.
overturns, not the kingdom.
Sorry. The
But
Emperor,
anyway, sorry.
the Empire overturns. If they
Yeah.
if the Emperor kills the Adventurers Guild, all the Adventurers Guild are gonna go flipping out.
hmm
Therefore, it's causing unrest.
Oh, I get it.
That's what I think.
That makes sense.
Sterner, who's been listening in kind of vaguely shrugs and says, "I think you're all thinking too much about the Empire versus the Guild. Remember, in reality, it's all of us against the Syndicate, right?
Could try to convince the.
What tools does the Syndicate have besides that little mage of theirs?
Changelings
Of changelings, yeah.
that can take the shape of anyone. I'm very worried about them taking the shape of the Emperor. Or perhaps,
The Emperor did not strike you as someone to die.
yes. Or perhaps,
I will say that much, but
what's
never
his
know.
name? Diego Armando.
Diego Armando.
Maybe they get him.
in fairness, Armando didn't strike you as someone to die either.
Yes! But he
Yeah.
was too trustable.
Yeah, he felt a bit too trustable.
Did Mr. Potion and Armando ever meet?
I don't think they. No. I
Yes,
don't
they
think-
did. They did.
Mr. Potion never met the Emperor because you
It
all went
was-
to that audience alone.
It was established that Diego was not a Billy.
Yeah.
It was established, but like, you know,
Something
could
was
have
up.
his-
Something was off about the
Yeah.
Diego had killed the changelings who tried to
right.
so
Something was off, but I don't think it would necessarily be bad. What does the syndicate?
he's unnaturally aggressive and perhaps reckless.
I mean, that could just be him, though. I mean, I naturally.
That could just be being an adventurer.
Yeah.
So so the plan is to meet with the Emperor so far, basically?
As of
And
now,
just
it
meet
looks
with the Emperor and
Alright.
make the common enemy the Syndicate. Would be nice.
Understood.
Oh wait.
So Sterner and the others kind of
What
agree.
If we...
Eventually,
Ooh, I have an idea. What if we make it so that the Emperor says that it's the Syndicate that's the reason why? The Syndicate is the reason why, and in order for them to go through, the Adventurers Guild has to take down the Syndicate first. And then that way, they can get the... Because if there's a common enemy...
The problem is that the Syndicate has access to changelings, so the Syndicate can become part of the Adventurers Guild. And
here's the thing: if they want to eliminate the Syndicate to the point where it's basically they can't do anything as a group, what's the point of the changelings going against their own group and wiping the entire group out?
No, you don't understand. It's a double agent type of thing, where they pretend to be part of the Adventurers Guild, they cause chaos in the Adventurers Guild for the Syndicate.
And then they blame it on the Empire, perhaps?
Exactly.
Hit the enemies against each other, that kind of thing. Interesting. Mr. Potion finally stands up.
The focus
from where? Mr. Potion finally stands up from where he's been, kind of working on all this, and announces, "We are done. One potion of seated transportation, seated mobility. I forget what potion of seated transportation. It is here." He presents a fairly it's a decent wheelchair. You know, it's nothing fancy, but it's got a seat, it's got a back, it's got wheels. It looks like it's got handles for someone to push it from behind. Tim helps Tom over to the wheelchair where he sits down and kind of gets comfortable. It's a metal chair, so it's not really, the best. But Mr. Potion and Enrique seem been able to do a pretty good job on it. Tom is looking fairly comfortable in his new chair, and Tim takes the handles. They're ready.
Cool beans.
Yep.
Then we head out.
Alright, well, let's pack up quickly and we can, I guess, discuss on the way as we walk.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you all head out across the... Whoops. That was not intended. So, you all head out and begin the trek to Torgoth. Last time you went, you've been going through the mountains to get there this whole time, but with Tom being the way he is, you might want to change your route. So, are you planning to? Because there's a mountain range kind of in the way, but you can go around. So, are you going to go around, or are you going to just try to?
We're gonna have to go around. It's not that bad of a detour.
All right. So you all kind of take a bit of a detour, heading pretty much directly north from Alchemoth to start, before you can head directly east to go to Torgoth. While you're going along the way, Sterner walks back towards the group and says, "So you all went to Sylvan, right? It's been a while since I've been there. Did you find anything interesting?"
Well, that's where we found the silver lump.
Ooh.
Oh, question for you, Sterner, actually. Are you aware of the shopkeeper?
Shopkeeper?
Yes.
I mean, I've met many shopkeepers in my time. Which one do you mean?
A magic shopkeeper. His shop, we've been in his shop many times before. His floor seems to be made out of some galaxy brain stuff. I don't know, swirling blue gel. There's one cabinet that's kind of doesn't fit with the rest of the galaxy brain walls and ceilings. Anything comes to mind?
Galaxy cabinet. I'd have to look into it. It seems, of course, magical. Maybe you should introduce me to the shopkeeper.
Maybe the shopkeeper is at where we're at, where we're gonna be going. That'd be interesting. That'd be nice to
Yeah.
The Sterner kind of looks at you. So why exactly did you bring up this shopkeeper?
It's curiosity.
Hmm.
We bought healing potions and a speed potion from him. He's got some good stuff.
He seems to have a lot
A
of
potion
stories
of
to
speed.
tell as well. Yes. He also seems
Brewing
to have a lot
that kind of thing
stories.
takes quite a bit of stories, you say.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and he also provided Dutch. He gave me
The badger.
Yes,
The beaver?
badger. Nay, it is
Hmm.
not a badger.
It is not a
Is there
badger
anything
indeed.
special about Dutch? I mean, besides
it's a
being
beaver.
giant.
It's not a beaver. I mean, stop it! No.
It's
I mean, Dutch
Diego
is
Armando.
clearly, of a large size, but is there anything else special?
That's
He
immortal.
managed to bring potions. I don't
He's
know if
he's immortal.
immortal. Yes, and
He's
I don't know
immortal.
If I don't know if he understands. I don't.
Hold on, did you say immortal?
Yeah.
What we were told, he's immortal. Like all we have to do is bring him to the shopkeeper, and he becomes alive again. Also, I don't know if he understands the language that I speak originally from my birth, but yeah.
Sterner puts his hands in his pockets and kind of looks a little confused towards the ground. Necromancy, maybe? A powerful necromancer?
The
Especially
shop
to be able
is
to brew potions of speed as well. That kind of thing is, well, remarkable. Hmm.
That's a little interesting.
yeah, man.
In any case, you all continue your walk.
So, back on our topic, what are we still gonna be going to the Emperor? I think.
Yes, but we need to figure out a way for them to find out who's a changeling and who's not.
Well, we got Mr.
Which is going to be Mr. Potion.
Yeah, but Mr. Potion can't be everywhere at once.
Okay.
Mr. Potion, I have a question for you. When you look
Yes?
at yourself in a mirror, what do you see?
I see myself.
Could you describe yourself?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I'm a little short, hunchbacked, I suppose. You know, a bit chubby, but my arms are always ready to be doing something. You know,
So, well, what's the color of your skin?
kind of grayish, bluish. I'm a Vidalcan, so you know,
Vidalcan.
not quite as yeah. So he's
He's not a Billy. I
He's
thought
not-
that was.
Yeah.
I'm not a Billy.
Yeah. Can Vidalcan see other? I wonder.
Is that a Vidalcan thing?
no.
Oh.
It's a potion thing. It's a
It's a Mr. Potion thing. Fabian can't do it. Fabian is also a Vidalcan. Shit.
Well, I'm curious. How can you tell who exactly is a Billy and who is not? Is it just some? Oh yeah, I remember we talked.
I mean,
about
I
this
just
already.
I look at them and they're either a Billy or they're not.
There's
Fair
either
enough,
Billy or
man.
another. You're not
I
wearing
mean-
contacts or like any potions of seeing things on you, correct?
No, my eyes have always been fine.
Cool. Fascinating.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
I mean,
you all.
what we could do when we talk to the Emperor, we bring him with us. Perhaps if we're in the protest, we can do a sort of crowd scan.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's
See who's a
any-
changeling and who's not.
Yeah, see if how many changelings there are. If there are not enough changelings, then perhaps we could proceed with the plan of a common enemy. Otherwise, then it doesn't make sense. Why are you calling me again? No.
On Skype? Was that Skype?
It's the ringtone for Microsoft Teams.
You have a. Oh. Oh yeah.
Juan is calling me for whatever reason. He better not be outside. He is outside my freaking door.
Well,
I advise you to not let him in.
Hold on, let me take this call in front of you guys. Give me a moment. No, don't connect to your. Oh, give me a moment.
So,
Okay. Darn it! Why is it doing? What is it doing? Yes, Juan.
What room are you in?
What room am I in? You should know this already.
Is it your room or is it the room of Paul?
No.
Well, since you're okay, triangulating from the pictures, the top marks you've taken, and since your room has a blind, is it either it's
My
top
room should be
floor.
very conspicuous, is all I will say to you.
No,
Do you
no,
want
no,
me to
no,
come
no,
down and
that-
sign the book right now?
Yeah. No. Your room has blind in it, right? So it's either the main room under the arch, or it's the room to the very right.
No, it's
the side.
neither.
Oh, I don't know where then.
I'm just gonna... Y'all, should I just come out and just sign the book quickly?
Wait.
I think we can honestly probably end the session with us arriving in
Give me a
because
moment.
I don't want to enter into Torgoth with Wesley absent. Really.
Fair.
We'll just take a
we have
a
to wait a
several hour
while.
break.
Yeah.
Give me a
So
moment. We're just
is
discussing.
everyone good for Wednesday next week? Maybe.
No,
what time Wednesday?
no,
What is
that is not gonna. I don't think that's gonna work out.
Wait.
Because that's graduation practice, right?
Yeah, that is graduation.
It's gonna have.
Oh,
It's gonna have to be in the evening.
How about Tuesday then?
Tuesday
It depends on
should work.
when on Tuesday.
2?
Depends on when on Tuesday, because I'll be
2.
Yeah, I'm thinking that should work for me.
at 2 o'clock. I might
Sounds
be
good for
working
me,
with
I
Miss
think.
Anderson that day.
Well, Miss Anderson,
Mike
such
is
a doll. It's Jordan's.
Oh,
I mean, oh yeah, right, because Jordan's still attending school.
Yes, I
yeah.
am
For
still.
some,
attending.
for some weird
Like a
reason.
nerd.
Cool.
Nerd.
Tell him it. Hold on.
Nerd.
Juan, you need to wait at the front door, okay? I have to. We're still. Oh, freaking.
Anyways,
Should we just like talk about it later?
Yeah, let's,
yeah,
we'll just talk
we
about
can
it
try
later.
to schedule it later, but probably sometime like
Next week.
next week. Yeah.
Tuesday. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We will actually begin the climactic crisis of.
Uh-oh. People are gonna die.
Oh boy.
Oh, how'd you guess?
It's you, Nikki.
Oh.
To be fair, you guys are the greatest murderers story so far.
Oh man.
Oh, well,
Yes.
I like keeping dead things.
Juan,
Okay, don't.
did they let you in the house?
It's not the keeping of dead
Okay,
things, it's
so
the
you
fact
have to
that you
go out.
killed them in the first place.
It's the making and keeping. It's the create.
Look, the duck condemns your killing practices. That's a lie. The duck is a serial killer.
That really seems like he likes it, actually.
Look, all I'm saying is that the duck has suffered enough.